All right, all right, all right. We are back, rocking and rolling. You know the business legends. I'm going to real quick get the phone plugged in here, and then we will be getting into it all. Legends. How is everything? I hope all is well. I hope you all are rocking and rolling, having an incredible week. I hope you all are staying safe out there. Welcome back to another live stream. We're going to be doing more of a market overview this week in context conditions as its entirety, as we like to do. Take a look at a bunch of pairs and just seeing if there's really anything interesting. More so talking about conditions as a whole. Going to take a look at just how markets have changed since FOMC and see if that has changed anything, in its entirety, and if there's really any change as a whole. So nonetheless, for those that do not know, these webinars take place every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, where Wednesday and Friday we tend to review more of the trades that have been fired away from Miracle, which is our automated signal service, historically backed, first ever pay-as-you-gain type of service. Subscription is 100% dictated by the performance of the trades. Super unique one-to-one parallel system. And then on Sundays we typically review the market conditions as a whole, legends. And so just going to let the legends know here that the live stream is going, and then we will be jumping on board. I hope everybody's having an incredible weekend. All right, all right, all right. And my phone is going to die again. Perfect. Beautiful. We are good to fly, legends. All right, all right, all right. Let's jump into the business for today. As I spoke about before, we're going to be taking a look at conditions as a whole, seeing what has been going on, and it is a great time to do so, especially since FOMC just came out, and that obviously shaked up the market. We had a lot of trades that did fire away from Wednesday into Friday. We reviewed all of those. Take a look at the webinar from the other day. Nonetheless, for those that do not know, before we jump into it, Miracle, first ever pay-as-you-gain signal service. First 10 free trades are on us, and then your subscription begins. We only charge your subscription if the trades in which we send are profitable. If they're not, we do not charge your subscription. It is a full one-to-one service. Let's jump into it. Let's take a look at indices as a whole to begin with, and just see in its entirety kind of what had happened, on that Wednesday into Friday. So we can definitely see that conditionally we've just continued its momentum. And again, this is just really important. This is where fractal analysis comes in. And just more importantly, this is just where understanding counter arguments as a whole. US 30 was looking to make all-time highs in its of itself. So, to really expect such a significant change structurally, we're talking really getting below something around this, 40, 300 type of handle. And if you're not right, you're really just expecting this to continue to the upside, especially with just how everything's looking in its entirety. And so, nonetheless, though, FOMC just simply provided more liquidity to the market, which was right within here, and we can definitely just see price just simply continued, with its overall stance. And so it seems as if, though, right, you're getting a pretty similar setup right now. You get this long stride and then just a state of consolidation before that continued stride again. Looks like that stride is obviously getting smaller and smaller, and that's just due to, again, you can't just keep rallying forever and ever, especially when you're hitting all-time highs. But nonetheless, it does look very similar with regards to what it is that we are getting. Fractal dashboard giving us that green light that all signs are bullish to the upside. And so, yeah, when it comes to this, right, as a whole, it's just really important to be mindful that, again, counter arguments really do, open up that entire argument when it comes to what you can expect in context to moves. And good concept to really take into consideration, which is just the charts are a reflection of everything that has happened in the past, the present, and in the future. And so with this, instead of trying to understand all the fundamental jargon and all of the subjective variables that do come from when a potential fundamental piece of data is going to be emitted into the market, you should work backwards. And what I mean by that is all of that actions and that data that's being released or potentially is going to be speculated on is all reflected within the charts. So if you understand the charts, you therefore understand all of the variables that have come beforehand. And the best thing about the charts is that if you know how to, the charts can become extremely objective and you can reduce a tremendous amount of the subjectivity involved and more so be able to have a more concrete understanding of what the sentiment might be regarding that potential economic piece of event that is coming out. And that just completely changes the scope when it comes down to viewing economic pieces of data. It's not to say that you should not analyze economic pieces of data, but more around being able to have a better sense of understanding based on taking an objective viewpoint of the sentiment as a whole, rather than try to put pieces together based on what they might have said or that individual had said, and just completely changes the scope in its entirety. And so, nonetheless, though, FOMC just simply provided more liquidity to the existing state of the market. And again, like I said, you would have taken out a pretty significant chunk of structure for market to change. And so you're just looking for that continued long right now. Let's take a look at S&P in its entirety. Not anything like significant from Wednesday. We did see that continued push. And then Thursday was really the bigger day. And are we breaking all-time highs? Yeah, S&P's at an all-time high too, very similar to US 30, and not obviously the same structure. You are getting those huge strides and then a state of consolidation, and this one you are getting a huge stride again, but price just pulling back a little bit differently than it is of S&P, and that's consolidation strictly just due to, again, leading up into that pending news. A lot of legends just waiting for market to make a move, and so yeah, for the moment, things are looking really clear to the upside and everything. It just looks, continued movements in context to markets in its entirety, and that's really the most important thing. I want to get some water here real quick. And the biggest thing in context to just looking at conditions in its entirety is really just, again, assessing what the charts are telling you, not so much looking at subjective variables, and that is really everything when it comes down to it. And so S&P still looking really bullish in its entirety, and then taking a look at NAS as well. Oh my goodness, my computer is just freezing in these states here. Not good. Not good. Let's see though, maybe if we refresh the page. Not good. Trading View being Trading View. I think it's also my browser. Well, this is not good. All right, legends. I'm going to